Welcome to Vanishing Trails. I'm your host, Nick Eitzman. On this show, we uncover the darker stories of America's national parks. From puzzling disappearances, brushes with the local wildlife, to cases that defy explanation. We search for the truth hidden in some of our country's most remote places. There's something uniquely eerie about the vast, untamed wilderness of Yellowstone National Park, a place where wild beauty and danger often walk hand in hand. Known for its towering peaks, its geothermal wonders, sprawling forests, and its vast wildlife, it seems like a place that should hold nothing but peace and tranquility. But beneath the surface, something darker stirs. Something that's claimed more than just hikers and campers. Something that has claimed lives without a trace. For centuries, people have ventured into these woods, driven by the promise of adventure or the allure of nature's beauty. But some never return. In a place this wild, the difference between safety and disappearance is often just a single step off the beaten path. Today we begin with a pair of stories that have baffled investigators and left families with unanswered questions. Two young men, lost in Yellowstone's unforgiving terrain, never to be seen again. Dennis Eugene Johnson and Newell Dixon, two lives both filled with promise, now forever linked by the dark mystery of their disappearances. Their stories span decades, but both share a chilling common thread. In the vast wilderness of Yellowstone, they vanished without a trace, and no one seems to know why. Today we'll dive into their stories, one tragic, the other perplexing, and explore the theories, the searches, and the lingering questions that have haunted the park for years. Were they just lost in the wilderness, or was there something darker at play? Join us as we retrace the steps of these two men and try to uncover the answers that Yellowstone has yet to reveal. In April of 1966, an 8-year-old by the name of Dennis Eugene Johnson and his family were on a family vacation at Yellowstone National Park. The family had stopped at the Cascade picnic area, located just a quarter-mile north of Canyon Junction. It was a beautiful spring day, perfect for a family outing. But when Dennis noticed that his younger sister, Mary, had wandered off alone into the wilderness, it would mark the beginning of a chilling mystery. Dennis, even though he was only a boy of 8, had a considerable amount of outdoor experience. He knew how to navigate the wild, as him and his father had been avid hunters. His father, William, decided to search for Mary by splitting up. And after a while, Dennis's father found Mary. Safe, but, confused. The two returned to the picnic area to join their family, but when they had arrived, Dennis was gone, with not a single sight of him or sign of him anywhere. Despite an extensive search containing helicopters, bloodhounds, hell, even the FBI, there was no trace of Dennis. Not even his boots, which many believed are still out there today. His family stayed in the park for weeks, desperately hoping for any clue. But after a month of searching the park, the world was left with nothing but silence. The family had no answers, not a single clue to go off of. And Dennis Eugene Johnson's story and his disappearance remains one of the most baffling in Yellowstone's history. Some speculate that he may have been injured while looking for his sister, or that he simply got lost while, trying to find his kid sister. While others suggest that he might have been picked up by someone on a park road. But after decades of searching and countless theories, Dennis remains lost to this day. Nearly 3 decades later, after Dennis Johnson had vanished, another mysterious disappearance would rock Yellowstone. And this time it was the 20-year-old Daryl Newell Dixon. Daryl had worked at the Roosevelt Lodge as a busboy during the summer, spending his second season in the park. He had grown fond of the area, especially the quiet, rugged backcountry that beckoned him as he was an avid fisherman and a true-to-form outdoorsman. But on July 4th of 1993, Daren suddenly disappeared after quitting his job not only 2 days prior. He had last been seen in Cook City, Montana, just before vanishing. His car, however, was found abandoned at the Lamar River Canyon pullout. Inside were his wallet and a few of his personal items, but there was no sign of Daren, nor his fishing gear. Like I said earlier, Daren was an experienced fisherman, so it was no, surprise to anyone that his fishing gear was gone. So the idea was that he might have gone to the river for a quiet day of fishing, and it didn't seem like it was that out of the ordinary. But the question was, where was Daren? Despite an extensive search effort, which lasted the entire summer, no trace of Daren was ever found. His family, gripped by uncertainty, waited for any clue that might explain what had happened to him. But as September came and went, the search was called off and an obituary was published. At the time of his disappearance, he was a student at Taylor University in Upland, Indiana. A scholarship in Daren's name was established in his honor, but his case remains unsolved to this day. Now, it goes without saying, when we are faced with unsolved disappearances like those of Dennis Johnson and Daren Nixon, it is easy to speculate. Perhaps Dennis became lost while looking for his sister, or maybe he was simply picked up by someone with malintention passing through the park. As for Daren, many believe he had drowned in the river, though his body has clearly never been found. And while the idea of drowning is a theory, there's very, very little evidence to support it, leaving his disappearance open to countless other explanations. Could there be more of a sinister explanation? Could both men have been victims of something or someone in the park? With so many unanswered questions, these possibilities are truly endless. But ultimately, both cases remain a chilling reminder of how much we still don't know about the wilderness and its ability to swallow people whole without a trace. As I said from the top, Yellowstone National Park is known for its stunning beauty, its wild, rugged landscape, and its rich history. But these two stories show it is a place where the unknown can overpower even the most experienced and prepared. Both Dennis and Daren may never have a clear resolution to their disappearances, but their stories remain a testament to the mysteries that still linger in our national parks. Thank you for listening to Vanishing Trails, and join us next time as we explore more of the unsolved, the vanished, and the untold of Yellowstone National Park. Stay curious, and most importantly, stay safe out there.